The top stories. NUPW march will go ahead on Tuesday. A man who was shot while fleeing from police remanded. Gayle slams omission of Pollard and Bravo. Welcome to Nation News for Monday, January 12, 2015.
No matter where you are in the world, at home or abroad, Nation News keeps you connected with what's happening in Barbados through our website, video newscast, and online e-papers. So stay connected with Nation News. News, your time, your way.
The National Union of Public Workers will stage a protest march on Tuesday as planned. Word of this came from President Walter Maloney after a meeting with Minister of Labour Esther Bayer at her Warren's St. Michael offices on Monday. Maloney said the meeting provided an update on the Employment Rights Tribunal. 8 of the tribunal's 9 members resigned last year, and a new tribunal is to be named. The NUPW protest march is in support of the retrenched workers from the National Conservation Commission. Anyone taking part in the march is asked to assemble in Queen's Park at 8:30 a.m. Minister of Housing Dennis Kelman is questioning the NUPW's decision to march on the House of Assembly on Tuesday.
As you know, the Minister of Labour sits in the upper house, and it's the lower house that would normally sit on Tuesdays. So I find it rather surprising that the NUPW will be marching on Tuesday to present the Minister of Labour when they know full well that she will not be there. So I'm saying that it cannot be about the Ministry of Labour, that the agenda, there will have to be another agenda item. And that agenda item, I hope that nobody is trying to use an occasion to promote themselves at the expense of country Barbados. Because clearly it cannot be a march to present something to the Minister of Labour when the Minister of Labour will be sitting not earlier than Friday of the week.
A joint pilot project will see private sector vehicle operators and the Transport Board sharing a terminal, routes and schedules. Minister of Transport Michael Lashley revealed some of the details during a media brief today. Lashley said full details were still to be worked out. The project will run for 6 months.
What I can say is that we have selected 3 routes. I'm not going into details, but we have selected 3 routes in a pilot project for 6 months. That is the proposal. So any person who will be interested in working in the project obviously will have to make sure that there's some transparency in selecting those persons who want to participate in the project. I do not want to go into any further details because we have to meet with the operators within 2 weeks.
The man who was shot while fleeing police last week has been remanded to Her Majesty's Prisons, Dodds. Rico Coco Gaskin was formally charged in the Magistrates Court Monday with conduct which placed 2 men in danger of death or serious bodily harm and damaging a motor car. He was also charged with assaulting 2 police constables last week. Gaskin was not required to plead to the indictable offences and will return to court next month. Phyllis Washburn is the latest Barbadian to join the Centenarian Club. Ms. Washburn celebrated the milestone today with a visit from Governor-General Sir Elliot Belgrave. Her childhood friend, Beulah Mackey, was also there to share the special day. If you recall, Mrs. Mackey became herself a centenarian last year. Several members of Ms. Washburn's family were also present for the birthday celebration. A St. Michael family is still holding out hope that a loved one who is missing at sea will be found. 58-year-old Anthony Griffith went missing on Saturday night. His partner, Valgay Johnson, said she was unable to reach him by cell phone during the day. The alarm was sounded by another fisherman at Oystons when they realized the other boats had returned. Griffith's sister, Linda Broom, said she would focus on the positives.
He's been a fisherman for all the years that I know my brother. He was fishing and in the sea and around the sea. He had a boat in more recent time, but I don't think in the younger years he had a boat. But in later life, like about 40s. He had a small boat.
So you're hoping that he's experienced enough and that.
I am. I'm hoping that he's experienced enough to know what to do out there and to survive this ordeal.
In sport, West Indies cricketers are still celebrating a record run chase and a T20 series victory over South Africa on Sunday. Set 232 for victory, West Indies scored 236 to win by 4 wickets. It was a welcome victory after being outclassed in the Test series. Captain Darren Sammy put it all into perspective. The captain says they will be going after the series win in the final match on Wednesday. Meanwhile, man of the match Gayle has slammed the omission of Bravo and Pollard from the West Indies World Cup team. Gayle said it was ridiculous selection and West Indies were going into the tournament without their strongest team. Barbados women defeated Dominica 3-1 in an international football match on Saturday night. Goals from Shanice Stevenson, Tiffany White and Felicia Jarvis secured the victory. And finally, Switzerland's pizza lovers have had their hopes dashed for a special rule that would have allowed them to keep ordering cheaper pizza delivery from neighboring Germany. Around a year ago, the Swiss Customs Administration scrapped an exemption that in some circumstances allowed food delivery like pizza into Switzerland without having to pass through customs. The previous system had prompted businesses across the border to offer deals targeting Swiss customers. The strong Swiss franc has prompted Swiss bargain hunters to cross the border in search of cheaper goods in neighboring Germany and France. The Chamber of Industry and Commerce of Hoch-Rhine-Bodensee, a German region that bordered Switzerland, had lobbied for an exception in the case of pizza delivery. But the Swiss Customs Administration has decided against such a move for the time being. That has been Nation News for Monday. For more, log on to thenationnews.com as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and look out for your Daily Nation on Tuesday. I'm Janelle Ward. Thank you.